Employed, all about pressure washing, quote IQ, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about 5 services that you can offer to make more money. Throughout the special guest, I got Mike here with me. Mike, how's it going, man?
I got my my drink.
What are you sipping on?
You know what this is?
Uh, is it something illegal that we can't discuss on the internet? I know that's your
I make
favorite thing to do. Just talk about illegal.
I make it with NyQuil.
Oh my gosh, are you sipping that scissor? That's pretty
it.
good, Mike. That's pretty good, Mike. How are you feeling? We got Christmas and Thanksgiving coming up. We're in peak season, although we see a lot of guys pump the brakes, right, Mike?
A lot of pumping going on, Justin, if you know what I mean. A lot of pumping.
And dumping, too.
Pumping
Payne's
and
pressure washing. First one on the live. Payne deserves some kind of a reward for being first on the live always.
Yeah, for sure. He's always there, and we appreciate him. He's a good gentleman, and we say,
hey, he's a snazzy guy. We appreciate it, Tyler. Good morning, Houston Power Washing Pros, Southern Design. You forgot your LLC, big guy. I'm just kidding. Mike always likes people that have LLCs in their name. And we got Ed Wilson in the building. Okay, back to the point. Thanksgiving.
an LLC, now that you brought it up, it kind of makes me think, right? Why does my hat look crooked?
Give him a free skid. Mike, give him a free skid.
I don't make skids or equipment, so I can't give you one. I don't even have a skid.
Hydro Environmental Solutions,
hey, look,
LLC.
There's Barry Little.
Can we get this party started? Absolutely.
Hey, Barry, it's started, pal. It is.
Hydro Environmental Solutions. This is what happens when, and by no means am I trying to pick on you at all, but I'm actually getting a call right now. The people pick names and they get a little too fancy with their names sometimes, Mike. Hydro Solutions. We have to think from the perspective of the customer. Is anybody going to be searching for Hydro Solutions?
That's just okay. So let me think about this, or let me make a statement. I don't know how to spell environmental. It is a very difficult word. And one of the things we're going to talk about is adding additional services, scaling with that. When I first started my landscape business many years ago, I kept the name All American, and then I've got All American Pressure Cleaning, and then I've got All American Property Maintenance. But I soon realized I didn't know how to spell maintenance either. That's another difficult word. So environmental and maintenance, those are two very difficult words for me to spell. And so I should have avoided it, but instead I learned how to spell maintenance, and I can still spell it today, even though I sold the business. But no, Hydro Environmental Solutions, maybe he goes HES. And, again, it's nobody's searching for All American when they're looking for a pressure washing either. So I think it's good. But what I was going to say about an LLC is there are some states, jurisdictions that require you to put LLC on certain things. It doesn't necessarily have to be on your advertising or your marketing. If that was the case, then you would see it on Walmart, you would see it on Target, you would see it on Ford and Toyota. It's not required, right? And so I prefer to keep the LLC not in the name, not on the advertising. Some people think that it gives them an air of professionalism, or, like you're a legit business. When in my opinion, if you actually know what an LLC is and what it's for, you would never want to promote that, right? Because if you know what an LLC is for, it is to separate your business from your personal assets, right? So it's basically like a little insurance policy. It's a legal, formation that you do. It's an entity that you form to protect yourself and your business, to keep them separate. So should something go bad in your business, right? If you're at somebody's house and you spray some solution and it gets in the electrical box and the house catches on fire and burns down, well, that homeowner can go after your home, your insurance, but they can't, and they can go after your business, right, to replace whatever. But they can't go after your personal assets, right? Your home, your personal checking account, your car, all the things that are not associated with the business. So there's that separation. So the way I look at it is like, if I'm saying, hey, it's LLC, then you're saying I'm probably going to screw up, and I'm establishing the fact up front that you can only go after my business. You can't come after me. So I'm kind of kidding, but at the end of the day, I'm not.
Mike, does your business have LLC on it?
No, but
I'm
we're
coming after it
incorporated,
anyway.
but it also doesn't say incorporated,
I'm gonna
right?
come
Like
after it anyway.
what? So like you form a corporate entity, whether that's an LLC, a corporation, an S corp, a C corp, like all of these different things, and it just depends on where you're at in your business and how your business is structured. We have a corporate entity, and under that there are other entities. There are LLCs, but they're basically it's all DBAs. There's no LLCs underneath an S corp, but you've got other DBAs. So we've got multiple DBAs under our corporate umbrella. And so that's one way, but I would never say like, it's All American Pressure Cleaning Incorporated. It's just, you just don't do that.
Absolutely. Okay, we got a lot of guys in here doing a lot of crazy things. Hydro Environmental Solutions says, I agree, it was difficult to brand. Absolutely. I'm going to make it as easy as possible. The best exterior cleaning. That would be a great, name. The best pressure washing, Louisiana. The best soft washing. The best, yeah. So anyway. Who is this, Mike? This is someone we know. Exterior Cleaning Solutions, St. Louis. He was, it's Roman. That's got
Roman Bohart.
Yes, Chris is in the house. The best is parking lot striping. Absolutely. We're going to be talking about a couple different services that you guys can add to your business here in just a few.
Crystal. I can't spell environmental or maintenance.
I can't either. Doesn't matter. That's what spell check is for.
That's right.
That's what the damn spell check is for. God damn it.
We're on live.
Oh.
Crystal, you're live in front of 1.5 million people. Just kidding. Only 40.
He said you're live in front of 1.5 million people. He's like, I'm just joking. There's only 4.
I went with Pierce Exterior Cleaning and Pressure Washing for my brand name. Beautiful. Okay, so the biggest thing we want to talk about is add-on services. I think let us know in the comment section below. We got a lot of guys in here that have wash companies. Have you guys wrapped up shop, or are you guys still actually cleaning things? Thomas says, what's up, guys? Another great week of soft washing. Can't wait to hear the valuable knowledge we get from y'all today. Thanks for all y'all do. Absolutely. There we go. Yeah, Ed, I went with D's Nuts LLC. Good choice, Ed.
Well, I want to comment on Ed's and D's Nuts. So I think that Ed, and I know Ed is just kidding because I know his it's D's Nuts with an S, not a Z. He was trying to be cute there. But when people get cute with names and play with the spelling, that's also something that I would tend to encourage people to stay away from, because again, it gets back to like what you had mentioned, like what are people searching for? And I don't know. It's just there's little things that I think is great. But yeah, All American Environmental Maintenance. I like it. I just tell everyone I'm All American.
Absolutely. Let's see. Basically, just my last name and what we do. That's a perfect way to go. I just added another commercial storefront, window cleaning to the route. Beautiful. Payne's pressure washing in the house, baby. So Payne's is still doing work. Who else in here is still doing work, you guys? If you're in here, comment in the comment section. Mostly gutter cleanings until Christmas, couple house washes, and window cleanings left on the schedule. How would you recommend finish by a local mentor? How would you recommend finish by a local mentor?
Maybe finding a local mentor? Or maybe he's from Finland and he's looking for a Finnish local mentor.
That could prove to be a bit challenging in my personal opinion. But,
unless you live in Finland. Like, it would be difficult for me to find a Finnish local mentor here because I live in Georgia. But if I was in Finland, it would be much easier.
I think the problem with the question is, I think it just like, and I'm obviously judging, but I think you're looking for somebody that's going to teach you for free and take you under their wing. The best way to find a good local mentor is go work for a local company, and then you'll learn that way. But at the end of the day, like, the amount of people out there that are just going to bring you under their wing and teach you for free is very minimal, in my personal opinion. But Mike, you want to weigh in on that?
No, I think you nailed that on the head, Justin.
Yep. And like, that's the thing, is a lot of guys just they just in their minds are like, all I got to do is find somebody to give me all the secrets and all the gold, and then I'm going to be good. It's like, dude, imagine somebody coming to you saying, hey, teach me everything you know for free. Like, how would that make you feel? You know what I mean? So,
and we do that actually on YouTube, right? Like, we provide a tremendous amount of information, knowledge, experience, guidance, tips, tricks, strategies that, if implemented, can really change your business for the better. And I just had a brilliant idea, Justin. So I'm gonna write it down.
Absolutely. I'm in Louisiana, so I'm still washing and painting. Beautiful. We got Melendez is still going. Commercial year-round and a few residential each week from referrals and recurring commitments. Good work, Barry. Barry's still doing his thing. We are still working, but we're doing a lot of mold remediation and inspections instead of pressure washing right now.
Yeah, he's down. Like, they were impacted by the storm, if you remember.
I like this comment because notice how he said he's doing different things outside of pressure washing. He's doing things that there's a demand for. And I think that's a big thing that we can all learn, is that even if the demand isn't in pressure washing, that doesn't mean there's other services that we can't offer. And that's the whole idea of today's video. Right, Mike?
That is it.
Okay, it's like Michael Jordan explaining how he dunks from the free throw line. He can give us all the tools, but we can't do it at the end of the day. Yeah, there you go.
Good point.
Houston driveways and parking lots, Southern Design. Beautiful. Did my first gutter whitening yesterday. Customer was uber pleased. Beautiful. Good work, computer guy. Getting out there with a gutter whitening. I've never sold a gutter whitening. I've never tried to, though, in my defense. So over time we possibly can get close, but you can't cheat in this shortcut. Yep, absolutely. Will this video remain up? Yes, it will. It will be up after this. DJ killed it. Okay, sweet. So now that I think a lot of people in here are actually still working, which is a beautiful thing, you guys. You guys are still getting after it. I mean, for me and Mike, there's no, like, this, it never ends. You know what I mean? It's always go time. So all we do is just adjust where the aim is at. You know what I mean? And just like some of you other guys in here. So, Mike, you want to talk about one of the first businesses that we wanted to mention with regards to the 5 services you can offer to make more money?
Yeah, I mean, so we're going to talk about several things that, like, are additional services that you can add on that you might not currently be offering to people. And, we've got a plethora of those. Something that, like, a lot of guys that are first starting out, maybe, they buy their pressure washer and they've got their downstream injector, maybe an X-Jet, and they're getting out there and they're getting after the houses and they're doing driveways and concrete and things like that. In my opinion, the next evolutionary step in your business should be focusing on those services that provide the most profit for your business. And if you're in the or not soft washing yet, but if you're in the pressure washing business, you want to get into the soft washing business. And that does require a little bit of an equipment upgrade or equipment addition. But I would suggest getting into roof washing. Roof washing is highly profitable. And this is something that, we've been focusing on for many years. And it is it's just a great add-on service, right? Not only for upsells and downsells, people that are getting their roof wash. We just had a customer call in, sent me a bunch of pictures of his property, and he wanted to get a roof cleaning, right? Like a chemical cleaning. And he sent me pictures. The gutters completely packed, the roof completely covered in Spanish moss and twigs and leaves and pine straw, right? And so I said, absolutely, this is going to be the price for the chemical cleaning, the soft washing of the roof. However, you're also going to need a roof blow off, and which we'd probably just do. But I mean, there was a tremendous amount of stuff up there. You had lots of trees. So a roof blow off, a gutter clean out. And I said, when was the last time you got your house washed? And it ended up being a $4,200 ticket. And so, and we closed it. I closed it over the phone via text, with some pictures. And, it's awesome. It's on the schedule for 2 weeks from now, because we're booking out about that far right now, which I hate. I'd hate booking out that far. So roof washing is something that you can add to your service with minimal investment as far as equipment goes. You can get a soft wash system for very little money. A 12 volt, a Remco, something like that. The Fat Boys. 12 volt, you need a battery, you need some hoses, and you need, you can use a ball valve and, your regular J-rod. So again, you can get by with a very minimal investment. There's a lot of budget builds out there. Mike Carmody, you guys might know him, the Fresh Rinse. He just made a couple videos over the past couple days of a new, it's not a new pump. It's essentially components all assembled to make basically a cheap version of an AR or a Comet gas pump. And it looks pretty freaking cool. It looks like it performs pretty well. And you're looking at like probably under $1,000 for everything that you need. So, and you might be thinking, well, $1,000, that's a lot of money. Well, it's not. Some people call them the fresh rinse. There it is. But so and Mike, this is not for sale right now. I actually was on the phone with Mike last night, and he's got some cool stuff. I want to see this movie.
Yeah, Gladiator 2. The first Gladiator is really good.
Yeah. Anyway, so Predator stuff, but that Mike is, I think, going to be doing some work on this to where he's going to, because this is all built, right? So you got to assemble everything. There's a lot to it. Obviously, this is a beautiful setup that he has. He did all the fabrication on this, and Mike just can't leave stuff well enough alone. So he was able to, make it look really cool because he's got a badass flatbed. Anyway, that's about it. So yeah, soft washing is something that I would really highly recommend for roof cleaning. High margin, great additional service, ability to both upsell and downsell from that service. And I love them.
You think Carmody's going to make some of these, Mike?
I think that Mike Carmody will announce that on his own, but he and I had a really good conversation last night, and yeah, it's really cool.
Very cool. So we just want.
Well, Mike does a lot of stuff. Like he's got Fresh Rinse Media, which does like the A-frame signs. He does a lot of marketing materials for folks. He's got a real eye for design, and you could see that in that. In his entire setup, his flatbed, Jazzy. I just love it.
He named his soft bed Jazzy.
Yeah. Well, I was talking with him last night, and I was like, dude, like, just every time I see one of your videos pop up, it just makes me smile because like he's such a genuine guy, like a good down to earth human that, like I enjoy watching him. I enjoy talking to him. He's a good dude. And so yeah, I think there's some cool things coming, but yeah, check out Mike's channel, the Fresh Rinse. He's got Fresh Rinse Media. If you need some marketing stuff, really cool.
I'd like to see the longevity test on that. How long can that thing like run for?
Well, that's the beautiful thing. It's just like a 12-volt pump. I mean, a 12-volt pump is what? Maybe $200 for a 5-gallon per minute, maybe a little bit more for a 7-gallon per minute. Then you start getting into, 24 volts, and then they get more expensive, and then they can get tremendously expensive, as you kind of go up the chain. But at the end of the day, a lot of them, these are consumables. And as long as you go into it understanding that this is a consumable, a 12-volt pump, a 24-volt pump, it's essentially the same as a chemical injector, right? They are going to eventually go bad. The more you use them, the more the more quickly they're going to wear out. The better you take care of them, the better they're going to last. And so, again, but at the end of the day, they are consumables. But like, I think that gas powered pump, that's a Predator pump from Harbor Freight, I think it's like under $500, like $450, something like that. That's unbelievably inexpensive. That's like 2 12-volt pumps, essentially. So I don't know.
Jordan says that he's currently running the Predator, and maybe Jordan, you could tell us how long you've been running it for and what's the performance like. I'd love to see the performance like that versus a 12-volt. Didn't you say it was higher gallons per minute, Mike?
Yeah, and Jordan, you can correct me, but I think it's like 10 gallons per minute, if I'm not mistaken. What are you guys doing? Oh, my dog's
a couple great comments in here that I want to highlight.
Did you say Drake comments?
Who?
Drake? Did you say Drake comments? Is Kendrick Lamar in the chat?
Roof cleaning is actually the service we do, advertise for, and concrete and concentrate on most. We consider house washing and concrete cleaning as an add-on service. Bigger average tickets, great profits. I really like that mindset. Average 2,500 square foot roof is bringing $1,250. That's a little bit high in my personal opinion. I mean, you must have some great customers. Like, I don't know, $1,250 in Louisiana. Hey, but Thomas, you're killing it, bro. So that's awesome, man.
Where is he from?
I don't know. I think he's pretty local to me. $1,250 on average, though, dude. That means I need to go way up, bro. Maybe not way up, but anyway.
Roof washing is something that you can really push the envelope on because it's something like a house wash, a driveway cleaning. It's something that a lot of people can just be like, oh, I can do that myself. I'll go buy a pressure washer and do it myself. You ain't doing that with a roof wash, right?
Yeah, look, Gonzalez, Ascension Parish. So Thomas says great salesman. That means he's probably going in person. I would never quote anything in person. So, yeah, so I just shoot.
Well, I mean, maybe Tom, like, I understand that for you. Like, most people don't like you. They probably don't want to talk to you. If you rolled up to their house, they'd feel you were a little creepy. So it's best that you do stuff remote, and you're welcome for showing you the way. Like,
That's sweet, Mike. Thank you.
and
Anything else you want to share with us while we're here?
Thomas is charming and good looking and not creepy.
There you go. I just got it all wrong. I get about 8 to 10 gallons per minute, which is depending upon which tip I use. Beautiful. So,
Right. Just the tip.
Just the tip. I have about $50,000 would be the best thing to get into. What?
I have about $50,000. What would be the best thing to get into? I want to make this abundantly clear. If you've got $50,000 and you're thinking about getting into any industry, you really want to consider taking a decent sized portion of that $50,000 and setting it aside for marketing, because that's going to be the most important thing if you're just starting up. But again, you're on a pressure washing based channel, but we're talking about other businesses to get into. So, I mean, obviously we are, big proponents of the success and the opportunities in pressure washing and soft washing, right? Businesses that are run properly, the people are trained properly, they have an understanding of how businesses operate, they can go very, very far. I mean, we've got guys in the chat that I'm looking at right now that are well over six figures, 1-2 years in. And there's just case after case of that. And I don't want to say they're the exception, but in the very small, audience of the entire pressure washing industry that we have contact with, those guys are far and few between. But these are also the guys that make the investment in themselves and their business and their equipment and their marketing, right? Their education and continuing education to get better every single day. So pressure washing is a great thing. Line striping is a phenomenal business to get into. Seal coating, line striping, right? Those are great home service businesses to get into. And then of course there's the trades, right? HVAC, roofing, plumbing, electrical. These are all things that are significantly higher ticket, but there's also a tremendous learning curve there. There's licensing, there's all kinds of insurance things. And you're talking about a more of a substantial investment than $50,000 can cover. So that was
a lot. I would say get in for as cheap as possible and find something you enjoy doing most, because there are a lot of options. Somebody commented that. Get into something you enjoy. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, like, we think, I want this $50K to make the most amount of money possible, but if you hate what you're doing, then it's just going to be a nightmare. So yeah, I would suggest that. There was a couple other really good comments up here. I found offering paint refresh on the soffits and eaves as an easy and very profitable add-on. I think that's that's an add-on service right there that you guys could offer, especially if you notice that it's looking kind of rough. You know what I mean? I'm sure that doesn't take much painting skill. I don't paint too much, but I mean, Mike, what do you think? That wouldn't be too difficult.
I think it's a great idea.
It's beautiful. I bought this $20. I don't know what that means. I went with the Predator. I didn't have to worry about charging batteries, and it cost me $320 with a 2-year warranty. Bro, that's heavy. Oh my gosh. Something's about to get started up with all this Predator talk. That's all I'm gonna say. I get about 8 to 10 gallons depending on which tip I use. Beautiful. What do you guys think about bin cleaning subscriptions in the UK, London? Average house has 2 bins.
Yes. No. Okay. So this is what I would do. Not only would I there's so many opportunities. Like, there are businesses that are solely, it's not even cleaning. It's like on trash day, we're going to send somebody around to go up and pull your cans down to the street. Right. It's insane. There are businesses, and I can't remember the name of the business, but it's a national, but that is a super niche service. Like bins to your street or something like that. But yeah, bin cleaning is a great business. It would be the best, and probably the only way to go about it would be a subscription based continuous route work. I would get with, and I don't know how things operate over in the UK, if you've got private trash companies or if it's government run, or however you guys are set up, but I would form relationships with those trash companies and see about working with them. Their routes, you can follow behind their trucks, because you don't want to be cleaning bins that are full or have got anything in them. So you can partner up and work that way too.
Absolutely. I think another thing is with regards to trash can cleaning, it's all volume game. I mean, because when
100%.
you look at it, it's just like mowing lawns, right? If somebody can come in, if you want to charge 20 and somebody comes in and says, I'll do it for 12, you know what I mean? It's kind of a race to the bottom. So make sure you get a lot of people, get them on a recurring deal. I like the recurring work. It really keep you busy. But yeah. So I think that's a good way to go, though, Mike. Getting in contact with the people that have the most bins. I've gotten away from remote quoting and started landing more jobs. Yes, you will land more jobs if you don't remote quote. The other thing is, though, how good is your lead flow? Because I would bet if you're going to every single house, you don't have that good a lead flow. And I know that because the first time that I would drive somewhere 40 minutes or 30 minutes out and 30 minutes back, and I didn't land the job, like, dude, I've just shot, like, how much is your time worth? So a couple different things go into that. I think Tyler's doing great, but I would bargain to say that Tyler's not getting a tremendous amount of lead flow. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah, Tyler. Justin says you're not getting enough lead flow. No, I agree. I will never, ever in a billion years right now go out and quote any residential job in person. I just will not do it. It does not make sense. My time is far too valuable. But the reason why is because I've been around for a long time. I've got my marketing in place, on point. We never take our foot off the throttle as far as marketing. Justin, you alluded to that in the beginning. This time of year, people slow down on their marketing. Guess what? I don't. I keep it going, balls to the wall all year long, and I keep that lead flow generating. And we're blessed because we live down in the South and we can work pretty much 12 months out of the year. But a lot of guys, they do pump the brakes and they stop doing that. But back to the remote quoting, I could never keep up going. I'd have to hire 3 or 4 people with the amount of lead flow that we have. Instead, we automate everything. That's why I built InstaQuote. That's why we have virtual call teams. That's why we have customer self-scheduling, all built in Quote IQ. So you don't have to do the things that you're doing that aren't the most profitable for your business. But if you don't have the lead flow, by all means, get out there, shake hands, kiss babies, knock on doors, and get as many jobs as you can possibly get. So at some point, that lead flow gets to the point where not only do you get to choose how much you're willing to charge and who you want to work for, but how you want to quote.
Wow, that was really good, Mike. That sounded like a commercial the way you finished that up.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Get into something you enjoy. He's been running the Predator for 3 months, no issues. Even if he had an issue, he's got a 2-year warranty on it. So it's a beautiful thing. I flat out enjoy pressure washing because I'm an immediate results kind of guy. I think that's why we all kind of enjoy pressure washing because same thing.
Yep.
Yeah, from what I heard, one other thing I do want to mention, remote quoting versus in-person quoting. If you implement some of the things that me and Mike do within our remote quoting, you'll have a much higher success rate. I think just over time, I've refined it and Mike's refined it, and there's certain things you can say, which me and Mike go into one-on-one coaching. If you guys are interested, it'll be linked in the comment section.
Dude, I've legit, I don't know where my phone is. I've landed just today, I'll bet you 5 jobs that we booked because, yeah.
InstaQuote, customer self-schedule, remote quoting. It's great stuff. From what I heard, I'm on the higher side locally, but I sell on quality. I actually have a lot of customers who have went with us even after $800, $900 quotes. That's a beautiful thing. So obviously Thomas is doing something correct with the way he's selling against his competition. So something to be learned and garnered there for a lot of you guys, especially the ones who go out and quote in person. Problem with getting into pressure washing right now is it's become a fad and everyone and their mama is trying to do it. So check the competition in your area before jumping in. I completely disagree. That's like saying you shouldn't get into investing because it's like a fad. It's like the best people get the best returns. And if you know what you're doing, you're going to do better than, 95% of people. If you're on here, it's a start. Like you're in the right place to learn the information. But I get Mike, how many people do we talk to and they have the same issues over and over and over and they don't they're like throwing their head against a wall because they
won't change. They are refusing to ask for help, get help. They're doing the same things over and over. And when you repeat the same things over and over, you're going to get the same results over and over. But as far as competition goes, I am accused probably daily. And in Facebook groups, I'm sure I am unbelievably hated because we promote this business. We talk about the potential of this business. We train people how to be successful at this business. And if you're competing against people that have taken our stuff, they're going to kick your ass. I mean, that competition will kick your ass. So you got to get better. But all the people, and I'm not there. I'm sure that there are fads, whatever. I think that's maybe overstating. I think that that's more of a Facebook mentality than anything. But competition is just that, right? And there's going to be competition in anything that you do, right? Whether it's whatever, you go apply for a job, there's going to be competition for that position. And if you're not going to apply for that job because somebody else is applying for it, then, shame on you. Be better. Excel at what you do. Take pride in what you do. Invest in yourself. Invest in your business. And I promise you, you won't see the people that are coming into the business as competition. You'll see them as, just other guys that are doing the same thing you are. There's more than enough shit out there for everybody to wash, right? In my neighborhood, my company can't do it all. I see guys all the time. You see them on my channel all the time. These are my competitors who I think are great guys, and I want them to be successful. I want them to implement the things that we teach and the things that we promote. I want them to understand the value that they offer and that customers are willing to pay. This is a luxury service. They are willing to trade their money for their time, right? And they just want that time back, and they're willing to pay, and we need to charge accordingly, right? And if everybody's on the same page, then it's not a race to the bottom. Everybody gets rich. Or not rich, but everyone can make a very nice living. And as you continue to grow, as your business evolves and grows and you scale, if that's the direction you want to go, then eventually you can get rich. You can take the earnings that you make in the pressure washing business and either reinvest in your own business or leverage that money in other things. And then you have multiple income streams that just make life a hell of a lot easier. So don't look at competition as a bad thing, and don't get caught up in the whole, it's oversaturated, because oversaturation is a myth.
How many of those people, Mike, that you run up on are doing 100K, 200K a year too? I think that's another valuable point.
A lot of them.
Yeah. So it's just, it's just one of those things. Change your mindset. I mean, look at Thomas up here. Thomas is saying that he literally sells roof washes for $300-$400 more than his competition. And it doesn't matter. They're coming in cheaper. He's still in the job. So it just goes to show that you're able to create a competitive advantage for yourself and therefore land more jobs. Become better. Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Offer line striping as a service, but we just use a 4-inch roller and some blue painter's tape to keep costs low. That's good. I would say keep reinvesting in yourself. I mean, all it's going to take is one Walmart, one Lowe's, one shopping mall. I
was talking to Chris the other day, Chris Welch. And Chris, he has a line striping business up in Oklahoma. He has taken his business from nothing to substantial, hundreds of thousands of dollars in commercial contracts all over the state, in other states now, right? Phenomenal business, right? Chris he's got just this little methodology, I guess, of how he goes about getting these customers, the processes, but he has dove in deep and he has invested in himself. And he started out just like you, with a roller and some tape and some cardboard, and then he has reinvested, and now he's got multiple machines. He's got all kinds of great stuff. It didn't happen overnight, but it can happen. But the point of, and Chris also has How to Stripe, which is a phenomenal training program. I can't remember how many hours it is, but it's really, really in depth. But I was talking to Chris yesterday, because I was thinking about my son is about to start a seal coating business and a line striping business. And so I was just kind of wrapping my head around, what all is involved there. And he said that the average ticket price for just a McDonald's or something like that is between $1,200 and $1,700. And a line striping machine, you do a couple jobs like that for $1,200 to $1,700, even with a roller, and then you reinvest, and then you get the equipment that allows you to do it in an eighth of the time, a fraction of the time of what you're doing with your roller. It's a no-brainer. Reinvest, get the right equipment, become more efficient, become more profitable, be able to do more work, and you'll just see your business really grow. So line striping, that's another one of the things that I would say is a great business to get into, right? And it's a complementary service with pressure washing, because if somebody's going to get their parking lot restriped, They have to get it cleaned up a little bit. The line striping guys are going to do it. So they're probably not going to outsource it to you unless they're, really big and their focus is primarily on the striping. But at the end of the day, like if you can do the washing, do the striping, do the seal coating, right? It's a no-brainer. Just that ticket price just goes up and up and up. And the beautiful thing about line striping is it is a requirement by law for anybody that owns a parking lot that they must maintain the lines. They must maintain the handicap spots and all the ADA stuff, right? The Americans with Disabilities Act requires a lot of this stuff. So definitely look into that. And you can get How to Stripe. I don't know if we've got I think we've got a 50% off deal on it right now for Black Friday, but definitely
It's linked up in the comment section.
Have a look-see, because that's a great business.
Yep. The biggest thing is, I mean, Jordan's still early on. I mean, Jordan started with, just from what we've learned through him hopping on these lives, he started with the window cleaning business, minimal investment, scaled it up to $25,000. I know he's got his pressure washing business. The difference is when you roll up to a customer's house and you're pulling around the pressure washer behind you versus having a legitimate rig. And when people see you, they stop by and say, hey, can we get a quote? That's the difference between striping with the hand roller and actually being out there with, the proper equipment. So just something to keep in mind, because when those big opportunities come up, it's like, it's either you're ready or you're not. And you either did the work before then to be ready or you're not. The widow who paid me to whiten her gutters gave me a long list of needs: grass cutting, roof cleaning. Exactly. That's what we say. Get on site, leverage all the services you can, especially if you're
computer guy. Where are you from? Pennsylvania?
This is the time of year to buy equipment because everyone is selling the rigs. They need cash, probably.
Yeah, because they didn't run their business properly. They didn't make the right decisions during the growing, or the growing season, the busy season, right? They got cash in their pocket and they got rid of it immediately. They are not smart business people. And yeah, you can buy equipment all year round, but it's that Facebook mentality, like, oh, everybody's selling their rigs because of, this, that, or the other. Yeah, it's the time of year, right? A lot of guys are like, I don't know what I'm going to do now that it's slowed down. I'm going to sell my rig because I don't have a penny to my name. And guess what? Great time to buy some equipment.
The other thing is if you're looking for it, of course it's going to be there. That'd be like me going to car lots and looking for cars on Facebook and being like, everybody's selling their car now. I guess it's at that time of year. So it's just one of those things. What would you charge for bin cleaning? Also, would you pressure wash it or use chemical? I actually have a whole video. It's like a 30-minute video on how to start a trash can cleaning business on my channel. It's got like 500,000 views. It's got everything in there. It's got all the chemicals you need, how to price it, how to market it, the whole thing. So I'd highly recommend you check that one out. Mike's going to go off on the comment about the competition in the area. Thomas could foresee the future. For off months in January and February, I offer exterior lighting restoration. I remove the strip from Preston and repaint them, reinstall them, make a huge difference on a house.
Nice.
Lights on the house? What is that, Mike?
I'm thinking probably like can lights, floodlights, I would guess.
Okay. It's snowing here in PA. I guess I'm done for the year.
Oh, yeah.
What would you do if it was snowing, Mike?
Well, I do know one thing, and I don't know where this gentleman is from, but if he's from, the Pittsburgh area, then he was probably watching the game last night that had a lot of snow that I'm still trying to get over. Justin, the Steelers lost to the Browns. The Steelers were 8-2. The Browns were 2-8, and the Browns whooped our ass. It was a blizzard in Cleveland last night, but that's no excuse. We looked terrible. But what would I do if it snowed? I'd move. I hate the cold weather. Like it's probably 70 degrees, probably 65 degrees right now, and I'm wearing a sweatshirt.
Yeah, it's cold enough here to be annoying to me.
No, it's 54 here, so
yeah. So I knock doors who I see driveways stripped and offer to fix. Absolutely. It's a great way to go about doing things. For roots and siding, I remote quote. For windows, I only site quote. Burned way too many times. Yeah. That's a good way to go. You just got to do whatever's best for your business.
Yep.
I charged $200 for about 80 foot of gutter whitening. Took me 2 hours. $100 an hour. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Thanks for advice. Another question I have: what sort of marketing methods do you use to increase lead flow? All of them. Yeah, all of them.
Hey, Todd. Computer guy says, Mike, what is your percentage of callbacks complaints? I can't remember the last time within the last 3 or 4 years that we've actually had a callback. we don't have callbacks. Prior to that, before I kind of changed the way that I hired, we would have callbacks all the time because I was not paying to get quality people. The people that I was paying were willing to work for, God dang it, Justin, you got to take this.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm going to steal the show. Who cares about Mike's closing percentage? Am I right? What a bore. I'm just kidding. I mean, Mike's callback percentage. Either way, we got Todd Ketchow in the house. Todd, appreciate you being with us. You get like the longer you guys hang out on here, the more you'll see the same people in here, and the same people are always trying to get better. You got Tyler in here, Todd's in here, Jordan's always in here. Like guys just trying to get better, trying to learn things, trying to surround themselves with good information, and that's the best way to be if you want to be as successful as possible. Let's see. Not a lot of people even know about pressure washing houses and areas. So I'm currently in the Roswell area, and the majority of people didn't even know about mold or house exterior cleaning. That's a super tough one, Jordan. I mean, it sounds like there's not a lot of need in that area for it, unless the only thing you got to make them aware of the need. I remember probably like, it feels like 5 or 6 years ago, finding out about roof washing, and like the amount of people that knew that roof washing was a thing. I feel like it's really, really like stepped up. But it's just a slow process of making people aware in your area that it's something they need to get done, and whether or not they want to or not.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay. You can't score by sitting on the bench. Well said, Todd. Well said.
Well said, Todd.
Advice on Skyvac Interceptor for gutter cleaning. Mike, do you know anything about that?
It sounds totally badass.
It does. Skyvac sounds pretty heavy. No, I think it's so you can clean all the gutters from the ground. So.
Yeah, those things are really cool. I've seen a lot of guys use them. We don't have a ton of need for that in our area. In fact, I don't know of anybody locally that uses that because gutters are not actually a thing here. And I've made some videos in the past where I've mentioned that and people just went ballistic. What do you mean there's no gutters? You guys are so cheap. Well, no, it's just how the houses are built here. Like I'm looking at a house across the street. It's probably, maybe $2 million and there's no gutters on it. So it's just how we do it here.
This is how we do up in the drive-through. I quit a $200,000 a year tech job in August to build my pressure washing biz. I don't want my 8-year-old
daughter
working for the man. I want her to take the biz in 8 to 10 years when I'm retiring age.
Yeah.
Sounds super cool. Good
Love
work.
it.
Good work. A bays room? How do you say that, Mike?
A bays room.
Hey, have you ever heard about clay?
Like a dude named Clay? I went to college with Clay. He's a nice guy. My daughter's friend Meredith's dad's name is Clay. He's pretty cool.
I smoked pot with Johnny Hopkins.
I don't know who that is.
From, Mike?
I don't know.
Oh, first person to name the movie that's from wins a award. Can you do a live on what we can expect for continual maintenance, upkeep of equipment?
That's a tough one to do a live with. I mean, in How to Wash, we go over, all the equipment that you need, talk about the consumables and a lot of the tips and tricks to maintain and keep things up. But a live would not be like, that would be more difficult. That would be like a good video.
New quote IQ ads are crispy, says Josh Miller.
Thank you, Josh.
Oh, wait, Mike, take it over for 2 seconds.
Yeah, so Josh, the new quote IQ ads, they are super crispy. And what's cool about these is we have just actually kind of released it. We've been working on it for the past month or so, where now quote IQ ads are instant. Before, our editor, our social media manager, was building all of these. So you would select the videos that you want. I think we've got over 20 different services, niches that you can choose from. And then, so you watch the video, you see what it says, and then you send us your company information, the company name, your phone number, website, your logo. We would take that. We would create this custom video. We'd put the music behind it, a custom voiceover with all of your information. And then we would send it to you. That used to take, 5 to 7 days, business days. So you'd place your ad and then you'd have to wait. Now we have been working tirelessly. And I say I paid somebody to do this because it's not my forte, but they went in and they built this entire thing to where, it's all automatic. So you go to QIQads.com, you select your video, you pay for your video, you fill out a form with all of your information, you upload your little logo, and then within 5 minutes, you have got a custom-made ad for your business that you can start running on Facebook, Google, Instagram, wherever people place videos. It's a phenomenal service. Next to nothing. We've actually got I don't remember what my the coupon code is. We'll put it in the comment and description down below. But 40% off all Quote IQ ads. It's our kind of our pre-Black Friday sale. I wish I could remember what the promo code is.
I'm pretty sure it's QIQ. I think
it's QIQ, Quote IQ. So QIQ is the promo code, and that's the dealio. So, and they are unbelievably crispy.
Yeah, any video ad ready in 5 minutes. Actually, this isn't true. It's not any video ad. We got some of Mike's actually custom ads down here that they take a little bit longer.
Well, these are.
Oh, wait, go ahead, Mike.
No, those are custom. Yeah.
One of my favorite ads that we have is this upsell video ad, and I think we shared this with you guys last week, but basically it's got every single upsell that his company offers. So 15% off if you schedule today. Basically, after you do a job or after you quote a customer and they accept the quote, you just send this over to them, and then they can
add on
that
average ticket price.
So like gutter cleaning, window cleaning, wood restoration, solar cleaning if they have solar. So it's just a really good ad that can make extra money. So anyway, you guys check it out. It'll be linked down below. Okay, let's jump back in. I know we got some other 2 seconds. Okay. Which rig under 20K would you recommend? Where?
I mean, there's a lot of people out there that are building rigs. If you're not comfortable building it yourself, then I would just do some research, find somebody that's local to you. I don't know where you're at, but like if I was buying a rig, I would probably say find somebody local that's reputable, that has the skill set to provide you with a quality product. Find somebody that's got great customer service, that's going to stand behind their product. And the reason that I even mention local is because if something goes bad and you're not mechanically inclined, it's really nice to have somebody that's close to you, right? So that's what I would recommend. We're very fortunate. We've got a shop locally that builds a lot of equipment. They do maintenance and stuff. They sell bleach and parts and whatnot. And I know that we're somewhat lucky and special because of that, because I know there's a lot of guys that come from 2 or 3 hours to this place, but still it's that would be my recommendation. But I would also, I think that there is some, I've built every single rig that we've ever had, with the exception of the one that we got from Southeast Soft Wash, and that is a phenomenal product, right? Like it's well built, purpose built. I mean, it's perfect. And I know it's perfect because I have built my own, and the layout is very similar, right? They're built, like I said, they're purpose built. But with all of that being said, I think that there is a certain amount of value that comes from building it yourself, learning how everything works, learning the plumbing, learning the layout. Electrical on these things is very, very minimal. But if you're the one that built it, you're the one that knows how to work it, you're the one that knows how to repair it, you're the one that knows how to troubleshoot it. And so there's tremendous value there. But if that's not you, then find somebody that you trust, that you can get something from.
Absolutely, because when things inevitably go wrong on it, they will.
Who built your rig?
Mike Vidan built my rig. Thomas Smith. I've used what I've learned from y'all when selling and advertising. I guess most of the guys around here, around me, haven't got the memo. I'm not where I want to be yet, but definitely on track for next year. Next year, I will be waiting on that plaque for sure. Absolutely.
Awesome.
What Thomas is referring to. The 6-figure plaque for Quote IQ. We're going to be doing some interviews here coming up pretty soon, probably for some 6-figure earners from Quote IQ users. So it's going to be a lot of fun. If you guys, invoice 100K through Quote IQ, that way we can verify it and we'll get you your plaque. So Good stuff. Good stuff. Thomas is well on his way for next year. I tell Thomas to jump into the one-on-one coaching with us, but I'm just kidding. Mike has coached up so many people from like Savannah locally. It's really
Wait,
cool.
where's Thomas from?
He's from,
He's local to you.
He's like an
Yeah.
hour away from me.
Oh, dude, like it's not even fun, and people are like all the time. They're like, "Oh, there's so much competition." Dude, I've Ryan from Froggy Softwash, Mike Burns. Who else has been in it?
Local to you?
Yeah.
I don't remember who else local. Wasn't there someone else in that class that was local?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
There's at least another person in there that's like pretty close to you.
Why can't I remember? Well,
There's another guy from
we've had
Georgia that was in that
bunch of
class.
classes. But yeah, and I give them everything, all of it. But it's so valuable. And at the end of the day, like I said, I want everybody to be at my level. And when you're at my level, then that's the competition that I want to go against.
Absolutely.
George Yost is in the house. What's up, big guy? Hope you're doing well.
Big time in the house.
Hey, and George, I did get your text last night at like 4:32 a.m. I don't work the night shift.
George is in the group, baby. George is in the coaching group, and he's going to be a heavy hitter once we're done with him.
Yeah, George actually has like just that first call that impressed the hell out of me. Like George is doing absolutely everything right. He's working part-time, making $40K a year part-time. Dude has a full-time job from like 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Then he takes himself home, gets a little rest and goes out and does his, his pressure washing business. And he's building to get to a point to where he doesn't need that steady paycheck because he's going to build it up. And guys like this are the reason that I love doing this. And it's so motivational to see people that have such potential and like the growth that I will see. I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
this
and
is a great class.
George is already putting in the work, so that's another beautiful thing. Todd is in that group too. We got some good guys in that group. What do y'all use to hang Christmas lights? And then Green Frog says ladders.
I use my hands. No, know what I use? I use Froggy's Soft Wash. They came over a couple days ago and hung all my Christmas lights. I just put a video out yesterday on my channel that's doing terrible. Absolutely terrible. So please go over and watch that video, share it with a friend, hit subscribe, give it a thumbs up, watch the video, right? It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. Mr. 007, let me rephrase. What's the best marketing methods to use? Whatever brings in the most customers would be the best marketing methods to use. This is the problem. You want me to give you like one answer. You want me to be like, dude, Facebook ads is the way to go. You want me to say Google ads is the way to go. Like there's no one, like be diversified and be good at them all. Be as good as possible. Because at the end of the day, it's like, what's too many leads for you? What?
Who catches the most fish? Is it the boat with the big nets that's, got a ton of, like, he's got all of his nets out there, tons of marketing out there? Or is it the dude that's out there on the one way to do it? I know who's catching all the fish, and it ain't this guy, right? So
I would argue this too. Okay, so what's the best marketing method? I say just be as good as you can at the ones that you're implementing. We see so many guys that are like, I'm getting jobs from here or there, but they're still not even optimized with where they're at. They're not like, I don't know. I wish we'd give you more, Mr. 007. I got a bunch of videos on getting customers on the channel though. Why is roof cleaning a necessity? Because it's so high ticket, and because
why is roof cleaning a necessity? Well, today, insurance companies, homeowners insurance companies are requiring homeowners to have their roofs cleaned, right? A dirty roof is a roof that is going to age prematurely. What you see up there it's an algae. It's called Glowio-capsa, and it is eating away at the components of the asphalt shingles, primarily the what the hell is that material? I'm totally blank. It's white, and I can't remember what the name of it is. Anyway,
Glowio-capsa.
Yeah, Glowio-capsa is what's eating away. The limestone in the shingles is what it's eating away. And as that algae, it's a living organism, eats away the components, it weakens them. It become brittle, and they prematurely age. Insurance companies when there are roofs that are prematurely aged because they haven't been properly maintained with soft washing, and a hailstorm comes, they're more likely to have to pay out claims because that roof is weak. So they want these roofs to be properly maintained. And that's actually one of the videos, the fear factor video, is all about insurance companies coming after homeowners and canceling their policies because they are not properly maintaining it. I'll bet you 24 phone calls this year from homeowners that got the call from the insurance company, and it's not even a call. It's like a letter. They'll get a certified letter in the mail with some grainy ass Google Earth picture, and it'll be like, yeah, the trees are too close to your house, and you need to get it washed. So they want them to trim trees, and they want it to get it washed, and they say you have to use the ARMA standard, and that is the Asphalt Roofing Manufacturers Association. It's basically the soft washing process. So get into roof washing, talk to your customers, educate your customers about why they need to have the roofs cleaned, and use the fear factor video, right? Scare them. Run this on Facebook in your local area, because a lot of people aren't aware of this until it's too late. So
there you go.
Dude, my daughter called me from school, but I just got a voicemail, and this is great. I don't have Comcast, right? We used to have Comcast many, many years ago. We've switched over since. But this is the voicemail. Hello, this is Comcast Xfinity. Your discount of 50% on monthly bill will be removed today if we do not receive your response. Contact us now. The number for your blah, 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 blah. That's actually a great bit of marketing, right? And it's something that we actually have in my my email automations that you can get for yourself if you get Quote IQ. What tier is that? Is that platinum? But the email automation, it's phenomenal. And I'm not going to get into that, but we do say, like, hey, just wanted to let you know that we put a $50 credit on your account for anything that you want in the future, just to incentivize them. And Comcast is trying to get me with my own stuff.
That's how you know. That's how you know it works right there. Do you think I would get in trouble if I used my slogan idea, "Make America Clean Again," big time?
No.
I wouldn't use it, though. I mean, I wouldn't use any type of slogan that could be deemed as political.
Although Pennsylvania went the right color this year.
I'm just saying, you want to limit your customer base. I mean,
and that will piss off a lot of people.
Yeah.
Plus, great point, Justin.
I mean, I wouldn't touch it. So anyway, it's cool, George. You're proud, but just put a flag on something. You know what I mean? Be a proud American that way, I think. That way it doesn't upset anybody. They can't get mad about a flag. Right now, working by dead end white collar job, but your channel made me realize even if it's hard, self-employment is the only way to get ahead now.
That's
Absolutely.
true.
Jim Rohn used to have a saying, working for others can make you a wage, but working for yourself can make you a fortune. And I think that's pretty brilliant, because do you want to make a living or you want to make a fortune? Your choice. What's up, guys? Micah Hicks in the house. For winter after Christmas lighting, what do you think of heating, gutter, and roof cable installation services? Heating, gutter, and roof cable. I've never heard of that. Have you, Mike?
Heating, gutter, and roof cable installation. Yeah. So essentially, when you've got these areas with heavy snow, instead of the snow just collecting on the roofs and in the gutters and freezing and causing significant damage, or having to have somebody come out at, what is it, ice dam removal? Yep. I mean, there's tons of really satisfying videos of people removing the snow from the roofs, because as that sits up there, tremendous weight, then it melts. Like, there's all kinds of issues that can. So yeah, so you've got a heated roof and heated gutters so that stuff does not accumulate. It's pretty cool. I don't know enough about it.
Yeah. Thoughts on my business name, Guns and Hoses? How about boats and hoses? I would just say, guys, no customer cares about your business name. Guys try to get too cute and too whatever. I focus on utility first and foremost. What is someone going to be searching? How can I match that up as best as possible? Because at the end of the day, it's like, if you ever called a plumber and electrician out, can you tell me what the name was that you used? I called it an appliance repair company. I don't even know what their name was, because I don't care. I just want the appliance fixed. I don't. They could have had the cutest name in the world. You know what I mean? But my thoughts. Mike, what do you think?
Yeah. I've seen so many, the pressures on us, pressures are us. I've seen no, or a deal or no deal pressure washing, right? Like what yeah, that was cool for about 3 minutes when that show was on TV. And now you've got a business named after something that's completely irrelevant. So I would just be very, very careful of, getting cute with names.
Yep.
And even, like Pierre said, he named it after his last name, I think. But like, think about if you ever want to sell your business, right?
True.
I don't want to buy Justin's pressure washing or Roger's soft washing. I want, Louisiana Power Pros or something like that. Just my personal opinion. I like to try to think
long game.
Yeah.
And we could probably tell this story how somebody actually called Mike and inquired about him purchasing their we don't want to talk about that right now.
Yeah. So I got a message on my answering service, and it was, a gentleman who, and it was like the message must have gotten kind of mixed up because I thought it was a wrong number, but he said that he'd moved to Colorado and he had a pressure washing business and he was closing it down, pursuing different interests, and wanted to know if I would be interested in purchasing the business. And so I just messaged him back and said, hey, I think you might got the wrong number. He's like, no, you and I met, blah, blah, blah. And then I made, I connected and I was like, okay, I understand who I'm dealing with or, who I'm talking to now. And he said that they'd moved to Colorado and he is in the process of trying to sell his business. So I looked up, just looked up the business quickly to see like, a website, a GMB. Well, it was the GMB, the Google Business Profile was now in Colorado, and he did have a tremendous amount of reviews. I think he had 250 reviews, and I'd made the reference. He's like, yeah, was in business for 8 years. And a lot of, it took a lot of effort to get that many reviews, and it sure did. I mean, that's a tremendous amount. And it was a 5-star rating, right? What a great Google Business Profile. And there was no website associated with it, at least not currently. It might have been, but when he moved, he kind of shut stuff down. He shut off his phone number, and he said that he was outsourcing the leads, but then like the guys that he was outsourcing to just didn't pay him. So he's like, screw it. He shut down his phone number, kept the GMB going. And I think, and then I was like, okay, well, talk to me about the database. And he said, what database? And I was like, all of your customers for the past 8 years. And he's like, well, there is no database. I was so busy. I just didn't keep track of any customers' contact information or anything. And so now, like in my mind, I'm thinking there's a Google Business Profile with a decent amount of reviews, but there's no customer data. The data is the key. That's what's the value. I don't need your trailer. I don't need your equipment, right? I've got that. But I would love, now my dogs are going to bark.
Any who's what's it. Every time Mike gets a package, his dog.
There's no package. Our doorbell's been doing that. But Milo, shut the fuck up. Long story short, there was no customer database. That's the value. If I could have 8 years worth of pressure washing leads, then I would be willing to pay for that. And so then I said, so where's the equipment? He's like, it's in Colorado. And I was like, well, I'm in Georgia. And so I was like, what are you exactly you're trying to sell? And his GMB. And I said, okay, well, tell me what you're thinking for that. And he told me what the price was, and I'm not going to mention it here, but it was crazy expensive, and probably I'd say $35,000 more than what someone would be willing to pay for it. And, I said, hey, best of luck to you, but crazy. But what was the point of you asking me about this, Justin?
Just to prove the point about, knowing your numbers and knowing your customers and keeping track of everything can actually make you a lot more money when you want to sell your business. So,
dude, like
being organized.
If I was interested in growing my pressure washing business, which I'm not, because we've kind of divested and we've got our fingers in a bunch of other things like Quote IQ primarily. My doorbell there's a ghost outside. So long story short, I've got zero interest in growing my business, but had I been interested in growing my business and somebody had 8 years worth of customers, a good GMB, a profile or a website that was, ranking locally well, like that would be something that I would be very interested in.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So just goes to show, like, think long game, guys. Think about how you're keeping track of everything in your business, because it's be worth a lot more money if you actually do keep track of it. Do you recommend advertising gutter cleaning to get washing jobs? I mean, if you want to get gutter cleaning jobs, I'd advertise gutter cleaning. With my Facebook ad strategy, you can actually advertise more than one service at a time. And I've done this specific strategy where I'll advertise into, a less, a service that doesn't make as much money, but my name is still pressure washing. And so all the ads get double purpose because people see, oh, there's a gutter cleaning ad, but it's by a company that has pressure washing in the name. They must do pressure washing too. Mike doesn't want me to give any of this away. So if you do it the right way, though, you can double purpose some of your ads.
But we have talked about that on these lives where, if you're familiar with like search rankings and the way things are, like because you're buying ads, you're paying for ads. And if you've got 1,000, 5, 10 guys in your area that are all trying to target the same keywords, then it's not going to be as effective.
Bingo, bingo, bongo. Let's see. Computer guy, I'm really enjoying this live. What is the schedule for it so I can join
Every
again?
Friday, right around this time.
There you go. Mike took it right out. Don't hate me, Mike, but the game last night was rigged, scripted, and I'm a Ravens fan from Baltimore.
Oh, what's crazy? The Ravens can't beat us, right? Which doesn't make any sense. We can't beat the Browns. That doesn't make any sense. Like my wife, she's the most devout Steelers fan in the entire world, and she fears the Browns. Crystal, who do you fear more, the Browns or the Ravens? The Browns. And they're fucking terrible. But yeah, it was rigged. It was scripted. It was terrible.
There you go. Good time. What do you want the word of the day to be, Mike?
I don't know.
Did we talk? I don't even know if we listed 5 services. Our services were pressure washing, roof washing, parking lot striping, seal coating.
Like I started a lawn care business about 14, well, I don't know how many years ago, 15, 16 years ago, sold it a few years ago. But like that was a phenomenal add-on business because we were basically using the same customer base, right? I had a footprint already. I had customers that I could reach out to and cross-sell. Hey, we did your pressure washing. I'm also opening a lawn care service. Would love to know if you'd be interested or knew anybody that, could use our help. So that's what it is.
What's the word of the day, Mike?
Let's go with Bleecker.
What is that? What's a Bleecker?
Bleecker Street. That's my pizza place.
Do you want to talk about that at all or no?
Well, so the other day was my birthday.
Oh, short shorts, big short shorts guy today.
The other day, and so I've talked about this place before. Like on Father's Day, we live in Georgia. On Father's Day, everyone was like, my kids and my wife were like, "Hey, what are we going to do for Father's Day?" And I said, "We're going to go have pizza." And they're like, "Pizza?" And I said, "Yeah, we're going to New York." So we flew to New York and we had pizza at my favorite pizza place in the entire world. So this year, my birthday fell midweek. It was a milestone birthday. I'm not into birthdays that much, but my wife went completely overboard, spoiled me rotten. But she had my pizza delivered from New York City, 4 pies, and we ate them last night, and it was absolutely amazing. So
how close was it though, Mike, to the original?
Dude, it was phenomenal. The sauce that they used, the pepperoni, like it was like we were sitting there in New York, and it saved me a tremendous amount of money from flying an entire family up, and so amazing. So Bleecker, Bleecker, or any derivation of that you can think of.
That's right. Okay, sweet. Guys, if you made this far in the video, comment down below Bleecker or hashtag your role. My name is Justin. Subscribe yourself and blow it all about pressure washing and quote IQ. And until next time, I'll start and get that money, baby. Peace.